Hi, this is John Adams, and you're watching Geek of the Ozarks, where we talk about subjects intended to improve your PC computing experience. Today, I want to talk a little bit about a subject that comes up quite a bit in discussion, and that is computers that slow down. Actually, that's a myth. They don't slow down when your computer comes off the assembly line. The CPU, the chip that actually is the heart of the computer, it has a clock speed that is fixed, and generally speaking it runs at that same clock speed for the life of the computer. So they really don't slow down in the strictest sense of the word. What happens is, as you install more software, as you download things from the internet, as things download and automatically install themselves, more and more programs running at the same time has a tendency to make your computer appear to be slower. But really what's happening is you're giving it more and more work to do, and a lot of that work starts accumulating and it runs in the background. The background programs chew up or they utilize CPU cycles, so you have less time available for your foreground programs. Foreground programs are the ones that you as a user interact with. Okay, and as you have more and more stuff running in the background using up CPU time, the foreground programs seem to be slowing down, and so that gives the appearance that your computer is slowing down. What's happening is not that it's slowing down, but that it's just getting more and more work to do in the background, and it appears that the foreground programs are running slower. So we want to take a look at a couple of ways that you can help to improve that situation. The first thing I want to talk about is the Windows interface itself. Now, I'm recording this using Vista, and of all the Windows versions so far, except for Windows 7, which we haven't really spent much time talking about yet, all of the programs in the past, each one used less and less Windows resources to draw and display the interface. As we've come forward in time, Windows has added more and more graphics, more animation, special effects, things like that, to where we get to the point that we have Vista, and Vista uses the most CPU power of all to display the Vista interface. Now, I've got the Vista interface turned off right now, but let me just turn it on for you so you can see the difference with what I'm talking about. I'm going to turn it arrow on. Okay, and get out of the screen so we can just see where we're starting from. Alright, so this is the Windows Vista Aero interface. The main distinguishing characteristic of it for us for the moment here is the transparent or the semi-transparent frame around this window. You can see the letters showing through in the background. Hopefully this will show up on the video. As I move this box around, you can see the transparency through the frame there. Now, another thing that I control, let me show you this. I think this will work. There we go. Okay, so you see how all of these spatial effects that Vista provides can utilize CPU power. Essentially, that's application programming that's running in the background. Now, yeah, it dresses up the display, it makes it look nice, but the Aero interface is really not something you interact with. It's just something that makes your presentation a little bit prettier. Now, you can actually, if you've got a performance problem with your computer, if it's a little bit older, running a little slow, you can turn off the special effects. So let me show you real quick how to do that. I right click on the desktop. You saw me do this a minute ago, so I'm going to slow down now so you can see what steps I took. I right click on the desktop, and then I click on this personalize option in the menu that pops up. Click on window, color, and appearance. And I've got this, which is the Aero control interface. Now, we're not going to do anything with that. I'm going to open the classic appearance properties interface or menu, and now you can see I've got several options here. Let me get rid of this. I'm running Vista Aero. I can switch to Vista Basic, and that will give me a slightly less fancy interface, but it will free up a few more Windows resources. If I need to free up a few more resources than that, I go to Windows Standard. That is the same as the Windows XP interface. So let me just go ahead and select that. I'm going to click on Apply. Alright, and then once it gets finished, I'll click on OK, get rid of this menu, and now you can see I've got a screen that looks very much like the older XP interface. There's one more thing we can do, so real quickly let's take a look at that. I've got the computer icon on my desktop. If you don't have it there, you can go to the Start menu. You should have the computer option here in the menu. Just right click on that and then click on Properties, and you'll get this System menu, and what we want to do is click on Advanced System Settings, and I got the user account control, so I'll click Continue, and now we get this System Properties menu. The Advanced tab is already selected, so we want to go here to Performance and this Settings button, and now we've got a new menu. Okay, so this is already set to adjust for best performance. That's the setting you want to put it on if you want the best performance out of Windows. So we could adjust for best appearance, we could let Windows choose what's best. In both of those two cases, though, you're not going to get the best performance. This is the one you want to choose. You can see all of these options are deselected now. So I'll just click on Apply. Most of the ones that we'll be seeing that are being removed now are behind the scenes. They're not actually visual things that you can see at this point. There would be like pop-up menus that are animated and some of those other things. So I just enabled Windows for the best performance that I can get by turning off all the special visual effects. There is something else we can do. It is the startup programs. We have a lot of programs these days. Once you install them, they install what's called a Startup Helper program. We're not going to take a look at how to turn those off right now. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the next video is going to be about. We'll take a look at a couple of ways to search through menus to see what startup programs are in there, and then we'll take a look at turning those off too. So hopefully this will be a good tip for you to give back a little bit of your Windows performance. And if you're like me and you're an XP user anyway, this will be familiar. If you're a Vista user and you really like the pretty Vista interface, well, you'll just have to make a decision. Do you want to live with the slightly slower performance, or do you want to improve on that performance and speed up your PC just a little bit? Again, this is John Adams, and you're watching Geek of the Ozarks, and thank you so much for joining us today.